Zuckerberg. He's an American computer programmer and internet entrepreneur. He born in May 14 in 1984. He is the chairman, chief executive, and co-founder of the social networking website Facebook. This website was launched on February 4 of 2004. Mark Zuckerberg began programming at a young age. When he was 12, he created a messaging program that his father used in his dental office, allowing the receptionist to notify him of new patients without yelling across the office. He was approached by several companies with job offers, including Microsoft, before he even graduated high school, but Zuckerberg turned them all down. Before Facebook, he developed a music player called Synapse, using machine learning which recognizes users' tastes in music. Later, he sold it to Microsoft for free. It was a failure, but selling Synapse to Microsoft was a breakthrough for him. It motivated him to go for something bigger. He said, "There is no such thing as failure if you really want to pursue your dream. It is simply an invaluable learning experience towards the next iteration of an idea or a product." Nevertheless, Zuckerberg has remained true to his initial vision, to create a website that the entire world can use to communicate openly and easily with one another. He's turned down opportunities to sell the site, often for multi-billion-dollar sums. He's even turned down chances to increase the site's income from ad revenue, instead preferring to keep the user experience clean and pure. The end result is one of the world's biggest online business. Although its true value is debatable, it is safe to say that Facebook and its creator, Mark Zuckerberg, are two of the 21st century's most influential, controversial, and potentially powerful figures.
Blake Mycoskie. He was born in Arlington, Texas in August 26 of 1976. He attended the Southern Methodist University on a partial tennis scholarship, but then after an Achilles tendon injury he sustained as a sophomore, which ended his tennis career. Then he launched his first business, Easy Laundry, employing more than 40 people and generating close to $1 million in sales. But then Mycoskie sold the company to his partner in 1999. He also formed Mycoskie Media, an audiovisual company which focused largely on marketing country music, but it was bought by Clear Channel 9 months after its launch, and was the co-founded the cable network Reality Central with Larry Namer. And then he partnered with the founders of TrafficSchool.com to create an online driver's education service, which additional offer behind-the-wheel training in hire and support utility vehicles. After that, he founded Shoes for Better Tomorrows, that is designed as a for-profit business which could continually give new shoes to disadvantaged children. He created the one-for-one business model, in which the company donated a new pair of shoes for every pair of the shoes they sold. They were created to appeal to a worldwide audience, and then they changed their name to Toms, and it started in 2006. But by 2013, the company has donated more than 10 million pairs of shoes to people in need. And nowadays, these shoes are sold in more than 100 stores. In 2011, Toms expanded to include eyeglasses on its one-for-one offering. So, for every pair of sunglasses purchased, side-saving medical treatment, prescription glasses, or surgery is donated to a person in need. He also published the book Start Something That Matters in 2011, and for every copy that is sold, Mycoskie promised to give a children's book to a child in need.
Uncle Roy was born the 12th August of 1945, and he's still alive. He's an Indian social activist and educator who founded the Barefoot College. After conducting a survey of water supplies in 100 flood-prone areas, Roy established the Social Work and Research Center in 1972. Its mission soon changed from a focus on water and irrigation to empowerment and sustainability. The programs focus on setting water pumps near village and training the local population to maintain them without dependence on outside mechanics, providing trainings as paramedics for local medical treatment, and on solar power to decrease dependence and time spent on kerosene lighting. The buildings used for the school have dirt floors and no chairs so that poor students feel comfortable. The campus sits on 8 acres, has rainwater harvesting designs, and was built by the students. By creating the Barefoot College, Bronco Road has made service learning his livelihood. He has become an entrepreneur by making his jobs to be helping the community. Because of his dedication and determination, the Barefoot College endeavors to help the poverty and inequality issues by teaching the people in the community the basic skills they need to survive and be effective in their community, without having to hire people to do the simple jobs. The college also provides women with training to learn how to do things normally dominated by men. It gives the women equality with the men and helps them to become more self-sufficient. His big failure. Roy was appointed by Rajiv Gandhi to the government's planning commission. He recommended that legislation be created that would apply a code of conduct for non-governmental organizations. He also proposed that a national council be created that would recommend legitimate organizations to the government and monitor their activities. Both of these recommendations were fiercely opposed as mechanisms that could be used to promote patronage of favored groups and other organizations that were not supportive of a particular government or party.
History have been failures. Certainly, we remember these individuals as success stories, and we treat those stories as legends and those individuals as gods. But each of them failed epically and repeatedly, more so than the combined success of all of humanity. Perhaps one of the most interesting examples of leadership failure and subsequent comeback success is the story of Google and its co-founder Larry Page. Lawrence Larry Page was born in March 26, 1973. Nowadays, he is 42 years old. He was born in Michigan in the United States. He's an entrepreneur who co-founded Google with Sergey Brin and is the CEO of Google's parent company. Larry Page was a Stanford graduate student with an idea to build a better search engine. The first version of the search engine software was a hit. It worked better than Page and Brin had anticipated, and they immediately saw the commercial value in the program. Larry Page once said, "My experience is that when people are trying to be ambitious, they're worried about failing when they start. They are not really taking the risk, but they feel like they are. It's hard to get people to work on those kind of things because of their personal risk they feel they are taking." From Larry Page's example, we learned that entrepreneurs need to find a way to overcome this fear of taking risks of failing, because they are limiting not only their own potential, but also the potential to discover new innovations that would benefit the human race.
Guillermo González Camarena was born on February 17 of 1917 in Guadalajara, Mexico. He was a Mexican engineer who was the inventor of the color wheel type of color television. He was the first to patent the color television in USA and also in Mexico. At age of 23, he invented the dichromatic sequence field system that mounted filters with basic colors and rotating discs, which were then added to the black and white cameras. And this system was used in manned missions undertaken by NASA. On May 6 of 1963, this Mexican inventor presented his bicolor system simplified. And this system solved the problem of the economic aspect for future buyers because it was more accessible for them to buy it. He also invented GunCam laboratories that produced cameras, transmitters of TV, consoles, antennas, and many products that weren't produced before in Mexico, and they helped to develop this industry in our country. One of his biggest failures was that he improved all the television system because he searched for a model that through its content could improve the cultural level of the audience. That's why he searched for specialized content because his principal concern was that his system would be used to teach literacy. So that was later become known as the telesecundaria. But he failed in this purpose because nowadays TV has a commercial character in its system that only cares about the number of spectators it reaches instead of producing quality programs. And it persuades ignorant people to do what masses do and convince them of certain ideologies that aren't good for our country. He was a true entrepreneur because he wasn't only a creative inventor, but he always saw the potential of his invention as a way to reach or make a new technological revolution, and that definitely changed the perception of the media in the world.